guys! Welcome back to another episode of TLS Hits the Saalai 2.0, a podcast where we discuss social issues affecting vulnerable communities in Singapore. Previously, we discussed about migrant workers. Next, we'll be exploring the issue of mental health, particularly the mental state of university students in Singapore. Let's speak to some of them to find out more.
Okay, so why I feel this way is because I'm not really stressed now because it's only like week 4 of the sem. So like it's still a bit chill. So maybe further down the road I might feel stressed, but for now, yeah, I'm just feeling happy and like I have my friends and family to like fall back on in case I get stressed or something. And I'm not really that stressed now. So yes.
Okay, so the reason why I chose this emoji was life is very short, Nanba. Yeah, so I believe in life, whether we face happiness or sadness. I think it's important to have people around us who make us feel happy. So I'm really thankful for my family and friends. They are my safe haven for sanity. And spending quality time with them actually makes me forget my troubles and worries. Also, when I'm faced with difficulties, I would be like, okay, there's a challenge ahead. Okay, let's overcome this, And the satisfaction and relief from overcoming these challenges, it's really great. Yeah, so I think having a positive outlook of life and optimistic mindset is key to good mental health. Yeah, so YOLO!
Chose this emoji because I'm feeling like stressed for midterms and all, and like thinking about studying for midterms makes me like feel anxious. So I hope I can learn some stuff to like cope with those feelings.
NUS TLS collaborated with BACKK to conduct a mental health workshop for our uni students called Hello Hello Sugama, which means Are You Doing Well in Tamil. We were glad to have Devan, an experienced social worker and the executive director of BACKK, as our guest speaker. His insightful sharing included common mental health issues such as stress management and misconceptions that are prevalent amongst youth in Singapore. He also made references to many case studies in our community. The workshop was conducted in an interactive style with self-care activities and students asking Devan on ways to improve their mental health and cultivate a positive mindset. Let's hear what our students have to say about the mental health workshop.
The reason why I chose this emoji is that after this workshop, I'm walking away with like a sense of satisfaction that I learned something new that is useful for myself and for others. So I know how to like identify if myself or like people around me are facing any mental health issues. I can identify the symptoms and signs. Even someone being very happy doesn't necessarily mean that they are actually doing well in terms of their mental health. And like it's important to like check in on others and also check in on ourselves also, to take care of ourselves. As a person who likes to give a lot to other people, I feel that I also have to make sure that my mental health is okay.
Okay, so this mental health workshop was really insightful because like this long we knew like people have issues but we don't really know how we can like help them. So this workshop actually allowed us to like learn about the symptoms and like how we can actually help and like the specifics on like what are the triggers and like how we can like help them. So I think it was really insightful and like after this workshop I think I'll know how I can help my friends and my family members and also take care of myself. Yeah,
I think the workshop was really useful. The one big takeaway was like how when someone is going through something, we shouldn't be like giving them solutions or like making them feel like what they're going through is something like normal and something small. So I think one main thing I learned is you have to actually listen. I think listening is very important, and like the way he shared his case studies, really like put something substantial to it. So it really made an impact on me on how like when someone is sharing like and being very vulnerable, you should actually be listening to them rather than thinking that you can fix them or like you can actually make them feel happy or something. Yeah, I think that's the best one.
Okay. First tip is to advocate. Alright, why do I say advocate? Our community is quite small, especially the South Asian. If you look at the youngsters or the youth community, it's even more smaller. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is through advocacy, destigmatize the whole idea of talking about mental health and destigmatize mental health in general. Okay, often we feel that it's something that we should not talk about, or even when we talk about it, we don't go deep or talk about it seriously. So remove all of their barriers and start talking openly about mental health issues. What are some challenges that you face when it comes to managing your own mental health? So advocacy is the first tip that I'll give. after advocacy, right, I'll talk about caring. Alright? It's important that you build your empathy with regards to actually talking about mental health and helping someone in need. Alright? Because often, in this current situation, we might feel that, hey, you know what, just give solution, ciao. Because we are a very fast-paced society, right? But it is these important times where we need to pause, don't give solutions, and build our listening skills so that we can listen and empathize with people more. Alright? So build your caring skills or your caring capabilities. Alright? And if you feel that you don't know anything about mental health, alright, go and get yourself trained. There's enough training, that's available within the community. Go and seek that training. Even if it's a workshop that allows you to have a basic knowledge of mental health, it will help you because you might be going through something, and through that workshop, you might actually get to understand yourself better. Or you know that your friends are going through something, your family members are going through something. These kind of workshops helps you to form a picture, a clearer picture of what's going on. Alright? So try those kind of things. Alright? I don't think we need to share about self-care and all those things because it's quite available within our community. Practice them, but the most important is if you know that you're going through something, manage that with the self-care, alright? But not just basing it on self-care alone. This year's generation of parents, alright, and teachers, they do have a better grasp of mental health in general because compared to their own parents or their own teachers or school systems when they were students, the amount of knowledge and the availability of knowledge was not as great as what they have right now. Because if let's say you are a parent and your child is going through something, or a teacher and your student is going through something, you can easily get information to actually find out or support you in helping that person or supporting the person. So in that sense, right, yes, they have more knowledge and more access to this knowledge, hence they might be a bit more a bit more confident in handling this kind of issues. But the one pressing issue that is within this community of people, right, that means our parents and our teachers, right, is sometimes they have certain beliefs or mindset pertaining to mental health, and that could have been shaped by things that they have gone through or how their parents taught them to handle their mental health, and that becomes very self-limiting and also limit the way that they can interact and talk about mental health to their own children. Alright, so even though there's the availability of information, they might know what depression is, they might know what anxiety is, right? Because of their own self-limiting beliefs, that kind of casts a shadow on the way they interact with their own children, and then it makes it feel for the child that hey, how come my parents actually don't understand my mental health, or how come my teacher doesn't seem to understand my mental health.
Our TLS students learned various ways to cope with stress and to take care of their mental health and well-being. We hope that this video has benefited you as much as it has benefited us. Remember, when life gives you pickles, make urugai. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next episode. Like பண்ணுங்க, share பண்ணுங்க and comment பண்ணுங்க. மறக்காம எல்லாரும் subscribe பண்ணுங்க.